Hello, everybody. Welcome to your 5th grade everyday math lesson for lesson 6.9. So in lesson 6.8, we talked about how you can multiply and divide decimals and how using an estimate is going to help you determine if your answer is close and where to place your decimal. So we're going to take that a step further. So today we're going to start by doing a math message. Tori has 8 blocks. Each block is 1.2 centimeters high. If Tori stacks the blocks, what will the height be? The height of the stack be? So what you're going to do is 1.2 times 8. Now, there are a couple of ways to do this. I want you to see if you can figure this answer out. All right, one way that you can do this is you can use repeated addition. You can do 1.2 and add it together 8 times. Absolutely. 1.2, 1.2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Carry my 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9.6 should be your answer, right? I want you to think for a second, how did you solve this problem? Did you do repeated addition? Maybe you tried to multiply. On these questions, I'm going to say this very clearly. Do not use a calculator. Do not use a calculator. I do not want you to use one yet. All right? On these questions, you can do it without a calculator, and you should be trying that. Okay, here we go. So 9.6 is your answer. You have another way to do this, absolutely. So now we're going to talk through the process. So one way that you can do this is going to be by following these steps. First, you can make an estimate. So 1 times 8 is 8. Then you're going to multiply the factors as if they were whole numbers. So if I do 12 times 8, my answer is 96, right? And then use your estimate to place the decimal point. So 9 and 6, and if I put my decimal right in the middle, that's close to my estimate, right? We're going to do that with a few problems today. So we're going to start right here with problem number 1. 76.1 times 9.6. Okay, my estimate is going to be 76 times 10. 76 times 10 is 760, right? Now we're going to multiply as if they're whole numbers. So I'm going to pretend like that decimal's not there. So 761 times 96. Now let's do the math. I want you to see if you can solve this problem on your own first. Multiply 761 times 96. All right, if you're watching my Edpuzzle, then it's ready for you to continue. Otherwise, I hope that you hit pause and really did the math. All right, 6 times 1, 6. 6 times 6 is 36. Carry my 3. 6 times 7. 42 plus 3 is 45. My X's and the O's, they haunt me. All right, 9 times 1. 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 7 is 63. Plus 5 is 68. Now let's do our math. 6 plus 0, 9 plus 6 is 15. Carry my 1. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Carry my 1. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Carry my 1. And 7. There we go. Now we need to look at this answer and figure out which number is close to my final answer. Where would I put my decimal to make it close to my estimate? All right, and actually this should be a 6 because 6 plus 0 is 6. So I'm going to make sure that that's corrected for you. Now, In order to fix my decimal, it should be close to 760. So that means my decimal should go right here. So my final answer should be 730 and 56 hundredths. Now, one of the tricks that I showed on my last video, I actually made a multiplication of decimal video, is that you count your decimal places. So there's 1 past the decimal, 2 past the decimal, which means that I move my decimal 2 places. That's a little trick that you can use. As long as you do the work and multiply it out, then that will give you your correct answer. Okay? Here we go. Let's try the next one. 189.6 times 1.75. So I'm going to estimate, I'm going to do 200 times 2. 200 times 2 is 400. That's step 1. Step 2, it says multiply the factors. Oops. Might help if I actually write it right. This is why I use my pen. 1896 times 175. All right, I want you to go through and do your multiplication process. I want you to multiply these two numbers and find your final answer. What is 1,896 times 75? All right, here we go. 6 times 5 is 30, carry my 3. 5 times 9 is 45, 46, 47, 48, carry my 4. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 4 is 44, carry my 4. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9. My X's and the O's, they haunt me. 7 times 6 is 42, carry my 4. 7 times 9 is 63, plus 4 is 67, carry my 6. 7 times 8 is 56, plus 6 is 62. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 6 is 13. All right, my last time. My X's and the O's, they haunt me. Notice I put 2 zeros because I have 2 numbers past. 1 times 6, 1 times 9, 1 times 8, and 1 times 1. Add it all up. Let's go. 0, 0, 0, 0. 8 plus 2 is 10. Carry my 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Carry my 1. 9 plus 2 plus 9 is 20, plus 1 is 21. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So we have 331,800. Now, where should I put my decimal? If I multiply this out, where does my decimal go to make it close to 400? All right, your answer should be right here. It should be 331.800. Now, the reason why I said don't use a calculator yet is because of this, and I will show you. I'm going to clear this out, and I want to show you. If I type in 189.6 times 1.75, what do you notice about that answer and the answer we got? What do you notice? Well, it's missing some zeros. So that is okay. When you actually write this number, if it's a 0, you can pretend like it's not there. Absolutely. But I didn't want you to get confused by counting the number of spaces. That's why I wanted to show you that, okay? So your answer right here should be 331.8. And number 3, 5.6 times 0.8. 5.6 we're going to say is close to 6. 0.8 is close to 1. 6 times 1 is 6. All right. I want you to tell me what the math problem will be. What am I going to multiply? What whole numbers are we going to use? All right, 56 times 8. Do you see how I got that? I just took away those zeros. Here we go. 8 times 6. Oh, wait. I want you to do it on your own. What is my answer for this one? After you multiply it, go ahead and put your decimal where you think it is and find my final answer. All right. You ready? 8 times 6 is 48. Carry my 4. 8 times 5 is 40. Plus 4 is 44. Now I need to put my decimal so it's close to 6. If I put it right here, it would be about 4. And that would be 40. That's too much. So my answer would be 4.48. That would be my final answer. Awesome, awesome job. Now, you also can do something by shifting the decimal point. So that is one strategy for multiplying decimals. And that is absolutely a good one. Technically, my trick way is basically that same way I just showed you. It's just a little variation, all right? This one is a little bit different, but some people are okay with it. So we are going to go through this part of the lesson. You are going to try it. And then remember, I don't care which way you do it. Just find the way that works best for you. All right? So number 1, it says step 1, multiply both factors by a power of 10 to make them whole numbers. Okay? So 7.61, I need to move my decimal 1 spot to the right. That means I'm going to multiply it by 10 to the first. 9.6, I need to move it 1 spot to the right. Again, multiply it by 10 to the first. Done. Step 2, it says multiply the whole numbers. All right. 761 times 96. Now, this should look very familiar because it is the same problem that we did over here. 761 times 96, we said, was 73056. Okay, so if I multiply this out, 73056, so 73,056. Okay. You understand how I got that number? Now, step 3, it says undo the multiplication of the powers by 10 by dividing the product by the same powers of 10. So answer to my whole number problem is 73056. So if I multiply by 10 to the first and 10 to the first, I'm going to divide by 10 to the second. Now, we learned that our powers method means I'm going to move that decimal to the left because I'm dividing 1 spot, 2 spots. So my final answer would be 730.56. Does that make sense? It's a little bit tricky, I know, and it's a little difficult to understand, but we're going to try it. I want you to figure out what powers of 10 we're going to multiply these two numbers by and make them into a whole number. What did you do? All right. My decimal is 1 space over, so I'm going to multiply it by 10 to the first. 1,896. My decimal is 2 spaces over, so I'm going to multiply by 10 to the second. 175. That's step 1. Step 2, multiply the whole numbers. 1,896 times 175. You should know the answer to this question because we already did it on the page before. So if you took good notes, you should know what this whole number answer is. All right, your answer should be 331,800, 331,800. Now, it says to divide or undo the multiplication powers by 10 by dividing the product by the same powers. So I'm going to divide by 10 to the what power? Well, 10 to the third. That means I'm going to move my decimal 3 places. 331,800. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 331.8. That is your answer. Awesome. Now I want you to try this one on your own. First, I want you to tell me my powers of 10 and my whole number for this problem. So for 5.6, what am I going to do? All right, for 0.8, what am I going to do? All right, this is what you should have done. I moved it one spot, makes it 56. Moved it one spot, makes it 8. Now you're going to multiply 56 times 8. What is my final answer in whole numbers? No decimals. What's my final answer? All right, 56 times 8, we did that before. It's 448. And we're going to divide it by the powers of 10. So dividing it by 10 to the power of what? What is my exponent? Well, based on this, it's going to be 10 to the power of 2. That means I move in my decimal 2 spaces. So 4.48. That's how you do it. All right, I know this is a little tricky, but I also know that you can do it. You can set your mind to it and achieve and understand this lesson. Try your very best. Please check out the other videos if you would like to, just to practice the ways to do the multiplication and division of decimals, and have a great day.